I'm starting with the bread for my crostini, and we're gonna grill the bread, and we're gonna make a great pea pesto to go on top of it, and then what I like to do is dip it in the soup. But this can be a great snack or a great little appetizer too. And a lot of time, I buy fresh bread, and then I've got, bread left over. So I like to make these out of it. Okay, so now I just want to drizzle them with a little bit of olive oil, just because it helps create that nice golden crust. Just a tiny bit. Give it a little moisture. And then I'm going to put it on my hot grill pan so we get nice grill marks on it. Just like that. While that grills, time to make the pesto. So we're going to use some peas for the pesto. This is a little bit different, and we're not going to add any nuts in it either. We're going to make this really clean and really easy. 1.5 cups of peas that I defrosted. And we need some garlic. And 1 clove is plenty. You want to flavor the pesto. And I've always got garlic laying around. And that's what's so great with all the things I'm making today. Ingredients that you would have laying around the house. And you just kind of throw them together and create this really gourmet, yummy meal. Get rid of that. I'm just going to cut the garlic in half, and then the food processor can do all the rest. And we need a little salt and pepper. And now we need to grab some Parmesan cheese. We need to get it nice and cheesy. And I've got some pre-grated Parmesan cheese. And I just need about 1/2 cup, so I'll throw that right in there. You need some cheese to really bind the pesto together, and it gives it lots of flavor. There we go. So Parmesan cheese, we're gonna give this a quick little whirl, and then we're gonna add the olive oil. So let's add 1/3 cup of olive oil. Alrighty. So now, very important. We're gonna taste it. And you know what? We also wanna make sure that all of the ingredients are pushed down and mixed together, just like that. So let's see here. It's good. But you know what? A little more salt. And see, you wouldn't know that unless you tasted it. Remember, taste the food as you go along. Really important. So, pesto is done. So it's time to flip the bread. So that way we get it nice and crusty on the other side. Let's see, yep. And really you just want some grill marks on it. And some of them get darker than others. It's okay. So we're gonna let those just grill a little bit longer, just about 1 minute or 2. And now let me show you what I top the crostini with. Some cherry tomatoes. Now this just makes it look really pretty. When you bite into it, you've got the sweetness from the peas, but you've also got like that juicy sweetness from the tomatoes too. So this is what I do. I grab the tomatoes, little cherry tomatoes, and I cut them in 3rds, and then just lay them right on top of the pea pesto. There we go. The color combo looks so good, and it just makes it sweet and juicy. So I've got the tomatoes. Time to take the bay leaf out. Remember the bay leaf I told you about? Well, now you want to take it out because you don't want to eat it. All right, the pasta's cooked, so let's get the bread going. We'll save those 2 for me. And the rest, we're gonna put on this plate so they don't burn. And I'm gonna give them to Todd when he gets home. There we go, smells so good. Perfect. All right, so those we leave there. Now, grab a spoon, and I grab some of the pea pesto and just kind of smooth it out. You can do as thick or thin layer as you want, but is it cheesy, sweet goodness, just like that. And on the second one, there we go. Nice toasty bread. Awesome. Then I take the tomatoes and I put them right on top. And see how pretty that looks? The red against the green, it's mouth-watering, it looks so good. So let's put these on the plate because they're ready for me to eat. And we'll grab my bowl, ladle some of the soup in here. You can smell that lemon. It smells so good. Look at that. And you know, chicken soup's one of those things that just gets better and better the longer it sits. We'll take it off the heat. And remember I told you I liked a little extra cheese on top? So we're gonna take some of that Romano and grate some fresh Romano right over the soup. And it starts to melt right on top of the hot soup. All right, time for lunch. The soup is nice and hot. Oh, isn't this a nice little lunch? Quick and easy. All right, I'm gonna let that soup cool down just a minute. I'm gonna start with my Pea Pesto Crostini. And this is what I like to do, is I like to just put it in the soup, dip it in the soup. That pea pesto is so good. But it's funny because the peas are still slightly sweet. So good. All right, a little bit of soup. You can really smell the lemon. And I can taste the lemon. All right, as soon as I'm done with my lunch, it's time to get started on my dessert. My lemon mint cake with lemon simple syrup.
Light, delicate, and simple beyond belief. It's a burst of sweetness in every heavenly bite.